As a final lesson in this chapter, we're going to put on some final touches onto the helmet, and we're also going to add some small details. One of the details that we're going to add is the mask for the face area. Let's start by creating a sketch on the right plane. On this plane, I'm just going to sketch an arc that starts and ends on the opening for the mask. I'll give it a little bit of curvature, then extrude this as a reference surface in this direction. The next thing I want to do is define the curvature in the other direction along the middle. I'm going to start with a 3D sketch and just place a couple of sketch points. The first sketch point I want to place is right here, and then the second one right about here. This will help me create a plane that I can sketch on, and so let's make a plane using these 2 points. Point there, point here. And I want this plane to be perpendicular to the right plane. And now I can add in a spline on this new plane that ends here. Put a point out here. Put that on the other point. Now I need to make sure that the handle for this is going to be horizontal. Give this the right bulge. Maybe that's a little too much. Now the main surface of the mask is going to be created with a filled surface because I don't have a really good way to make a four-sided surface. The fill surface is the best way to approach a surface that you can't create in a four-sided way. So I'll select that edge, and that has no constraint on it at all. Then I'll select this edge, which needs to be tangent. So I'll tell that one to be tangent. And also, the fill surface in this case is trying to create two degenerate points at the ends. And it does that because the optimized surface option is turned on. If I turn this off, then SOLIDWORKS will just fit it in there however it can with a four-sided surface. Now notice that it's not fitting to this other curve that I added, so I'll select in the constraint curves and click on this spline that I added. And this should work for the mask for the helmet. In order to make this body transparent, I can go back to the top, find the surface bodies, and just click in the transparency column. And I can also turn off the reference surface that I created. And while we're at it, let's hide this sketch point, and the other one goes along with it. So now when I mirror the helmet, I'll just mirror the face cover along with it. Now there's one other thing that I want to create, and I'm going to hide this in order to create it. I want to create a little bit of a lip that goes around the inside of the helmet for this face shield to seat into. And the best way to do this is going to be using a ruled surface. This will go a lot faster than you're imagining. So I'm going to use the ruled surface with the normal to surface option. Give this a distance of 0.15 inch, and I'm just going to select this edge. You can see it's going to the inside, and that's great. That's where it should go. And then I'll press enter to repeat the last command. Select the edge created by the previous feature and use the same exact settings and click the green check. So now we've created this seat that goes around the inside of the shield area. What I'll need to do from here is to knit everything together, select the main surface, select the first ruled surface, and then the second ruled surface, and right-click to accept. Mind the gap. Now let's show the face shield and do the mirror. We'll switch back to the Features tab, Mirror, make sure we're mirroring bodies. select the right plane to mirror everything, and the bodies to mirror should only be two. And we'll select the face shield and the main helmet body. When we say knit surfaces, it will knit the right half to the left half of the shield and the right half to the left half of the main helmet. So with this, we wind up with 3 surface bodies, one of which is hidden. It's common practice to actually delete any reference bodies at the end of the tree. So the way to do that is just click on it in the bodies folder, press delete on the keyboard, and say OK. Now, that's not really deleted. It just adds a feature in the tree called deleted. If you roll back before that, that body is still there. But here's the helmet that we've created in this series of lessons. Congratulations, you've done a great job, and you've learned quite a lot of surfacing.